Alright, so let's start. So the first thing we need to do is download the data, give it to us in the BBL, and open it with Microsoft Excel. I already have it open right here. So the first thing we need to do is, you don't need to put all the data into one file, into one column, I mean, because this is a paired t-test, there needs to be two columns for the data. So yeah, the thing we need to do is we need to save it as a CSV, UTF-8, comma, delimited.csv or .csv. So you save it as that, then you download JSAP, you open the JSAP, go to the top left, we select open, goes to computer, and wherever you downloaded it, I downloaded it in downloads, here it is. So we click on it, it has to be .csv, otherwise it won't read the file. So you click that, and we already have it right here. So the next thing we need to do is check the descriptives. So the sample, for the sample column, this isn't really data for the study. This is just their identification, the identification of the respective data. So you don't need to include it in the descriptive statistics. So you just put before intervention, after intervention, and then you'll see the respective mean, standard deviation, what the minimum number and maximum number is for those sets. Now we can control whatever we want to display on this right side. So you can add mode, you can add median, you can also add the plots, the QQ plots, the dot plots. No, you don't need to add dot plots, I'm sorry about that. You just add QQ plots for basic plots, and for customizable plot, you can add the box plots. So here you got the box plots. The box plots first. So before intervention, you can see that some of the data is skewed towards the range of 70 to 80. The majority is skewed above 70, less than 80. Some part of it is still around the 70 mark, so this is where data is usually gathered. This is where some of the data is found. We can't see one of it. We can see one value below 50, so, and some values that are below 70. Truth can also be said for after intervention. We get datas. Some of these datas are skewed farther or lower from the general average, and we can see that here in the QQ plots. So before intervention, we can see these two. So, or no, I think this one only. So for the QQ plots before intervention, we can see one data set that's below 50. We can see the corresponding data here in the box plots. Same can be told for after intervention. We get these two plots and these straight line that corresponds to these two in the straight line. So they're all the more relative per se. Next we can go for next we need to identify, actually we need to identify what we're trying to prove. So we can go to thing. So we need to create a hypothesis. So for making a hypothesis, we just need to look at the background, what it includes. So the background talks about a specific program that can probably for now enhance the learning outcomes of its students. So our hypothesis should be skewed or should be centered around that program. So for our null hypothesis, it would be there is no significant difference before intervention and after intervention of the said program. And for alternative, it would be that there is a significant difference before the intervention and after intervention of the program. So we already looked at the descriptives. Here are the descriptives, you can see. Then we got the t-test p-value, so for that we need to look at um, the paired t-test. So we go for t-test here, we go click on the classical paired samples t-test, and we need to put the two pairs, the before intervention, after intervention, and then we can see the t-value, the degrees of freedom being 39, and the p-value, which is less than 0.01. Now since the p-value is less than 0.01, it's also less than 0.05, which means we reject the null hypothesis and we favor the alternative hypothesis. So our conclusion, or our interpretation of the data, is that there was a significant difference in the intervention of the program. So once we measured the before intervention and the after intervention, we could see that there was a positive difference. There was a significant difference in terms of the program helping the students learn more. So I believe that's all. Yep, that is all. So thank you.